Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another episode of Hometown Horror. Today we are talking about Cannock Chase. Really quick though, before I get into anything else, I want to say thank you to my creepy patron peeps for your support of my channel. Thank you so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. Alright, so we're back with the second episode of Hometown Horror. If you missed my first episode of this, I will post it up here. But just quick one sentence summary of what the series is I'm going to be talking about like folklore and myths and urban legends and hauntings and spookies type of stuff from different parts of the world. So the first episode I did something from Florida. I talked about Robert the doll, and then in that video I asked you guys for suggestions for areas around where you live that have some like cool or creepy urban legends, lore, or haunting type things that I could talk about in future videos. So you guys gave me a lot of really good suggestions, but today I'm going to do Cannock Chase, like I said, which was brought to my attention by Lucifer's daughter. Comment I'm sure is popping up in front of my face right now. She mentioned that her and her friends were going to head out to Cannock Chase and try and see the black-eyed child, which I will get to. But first, a little bit of background on Cannock Chase. So, Cannock Chase is located in Staffordshire, England, or Staffordshire, England. I don't know how you pronounce it. And it's composed of various types of forest, open heartland, and the remains of early industry like coal mining. So Cannock Chase was designated an area of outstanding beauty in 1958 and remains the smallest area designated as such in mainland Britain. And it's also designated as a site of special scientific interest given the diverse range of landscape and wildlife in such a small area, which is 26 square miles to be exact. That's pretty damn small. But of course, it being such a beautiful place, Cannock Chase offers a variety of visitor activities and sites, landmarks such as museums. They have hiking paths and you can go and do like mountain biking, and they have like a cool open air music venue or something like that, which sounds kind of awesome. But Cannock Chase also has a dark and mysterious side, of course. So one instance of kind of true crime, dark history happened in the late 1960s when the remains of 3 girls who had gone missing were found buried in Cannock Chase. And a man by the name of Raymond Leslie Morris was found guilty of at least one of the murders, which are now called the Cannock Chase murders. And he was sentenced to life in prison. But things get even weirder. Since the 19th century, sightings of black dogs, werewolves, Britain big cats, UFOs, black-eyed children, and Bigfoot have appeared in the local papers at an insane rate. As you can imagine, Cannock Chase has its fair share of interesting incidents. One of those incidents is the Penk-ridge UFOs. I hope I said that right, Penk-ridge? Penk-ridge, that's a hard name. Anyways, it was a UFO crash, which jokingly, or perhaps not so jokingly, is sometimes referred to as Britain's Roswell. So as the story goes, back in 1964, an unidentified aircraft blew up in the sky. Parts of the aircraft crash landed in the town of Penk-ridge. Apparently 3 bodies were recovered from the crash. This information came to light when a U.S. naval officer released files from a retired source who was on duty at the time. I think, according to the stories, he was somewhere in the Caribbean, and he at the literal time of the crash. And they intercepted Russian transmissions which mentioned a UFO malfunctioning and crashing near Penk-ridge. Cannock Chase also has its fair share of cryptids, probably the most popular one being the Pigman of Cannock Chase. So the Pigman was first spotted apparently in the 1940s, and at that time 2 military training camps as well as a German prisoner of war hospital were in the area, which leads some people to believe that either Pigman was the result of some bizarre military scientific experimentation or a rumor that was intentionally started to keep people away from the area, to scare people away from the area. But despite the numerous personal accounts and sightings of Pigman, no photos have been captured. Well, no real photos have been captured anyway. And like Lucifer's daughter mentioned in her comment, the story she shared with me was that of the black-eyed children, or more specifically a little girl, as it seems on the internet. The child is said to be a victim of the diphtheria outbreak back in the 1800s, which is a disease which was known to make a person's eye sockets appear sunken. So a lot of people have spoken about seeing a little girl in the woods in Cannock Chase who has black pits where her eyes should be, which is terrifying to think about. So the black-eyed child of Cannock Chase hadn't been spotted for about 30 years back in 2014, when all of a sudden a plague of sightings started cropping up, and it made the entity an internet sensation of sorts. There's even been recent videos and apparent photographic evidence which people think is proof of the black-eyed child of Cannock Chase being real. Honestly, those stories that I just shared are just scratching the surface of those stories, as well as the stuff that apparently goes on in Cannock Chase. Like, honestly, I feel like somebody should make a show about this place, because it's just the amount of stuff people apparently see there is insane, especially for such a small area of the world. It's so tiny, and to have so many like UFO sightings and like crazy animal sightings and things like that is insane. So crazy that I never heard about it before. Like, honestly, I had to narrow down what I was going to talk about for this video, because there's just a lot. Like, you can really fall down a nice like internet wormhole doing research on Cannock Chase. Like, if you dig, there is a lot out there. So thank you so much, Lucifer's daughter, for sharing that with me. If you've heard about Cannock Chase, let me know in the comment section down below how you heard about it and what you think the deal is. Like, why do all these weird things happen there? And of course, if you have some other places around where you live or places that you've heard about, like crazy urban legends and folklore, please let me know in the comments and I could talk about it in a future video. I do hope you enjoyed this video though. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a creepy peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday, and you can ring that notification bell down there to be notified every time I post a video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye!